Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. The volatility is out of control today, as you can see. Bitcoin going all the way up to 35,178, all the way back down. Absolute insanity, maybe different on different exchanges. Let's break it down. Let's get that intro going. I'm going to see you all in a second. God bless. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Bay. Let's get that square poking out there over here. Shout out to everybody. Too much. The camera's from the top, so it like makes it look different than it really is if you were looking at me in person. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Stay motivated. Stay ready to go. It's Jer Powell Day. You know, I got my tie on. I'm ready to go. I want to look just like these politicians. They can't outshine us. Also, they don't do their ties good enough. We noticed that last time. Shout out to everybody here on the live. They just throw it together. They do the whack tie, man. I do the Windsor, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. It's a beautiful day to be alive. First thing you do is you say, "Dear Lord, thank you for everything which you have given me. Thank you for my legs, man. I walked to the bathroom this morning, and then I worked out today, too. I was sweating. I did what I had to do. I did cut my workout a little early because my mother called. And I could have said, Mom, I'm working out, but I said, no, don't say anything. Answer your mother's phone call. And it was rocks my dad had brought home from the beach that he had left underneath the deck for literally 30 years. And they finally ripped out the deck. And she said, what do we do with these rocks? Do we keep them? What do we do? And I said, Mom, I have no sentimental value. If you want to get rid of them, you do whatever makes you happy. But, you know, I answered the phone for my mom because it was more important than that last 4 minutes of my workout. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Call your mother today, all right? And wash your belly button. Don't be disgusting, for crying out loud. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water. Stay fresh. Stay hydrated, you crypto freaks. I love you all. Let's go. Am I actually live? Am I live?
I'll check right now.
You don't know, do you?
Bert didn't text me, so he would have.
Oh, wow. I like it. Burke, you're on point. So if he doesn't text us, we blame Burke now. Let's get it going. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break it down. Let's get that music back up and running. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP and see what happened today. It was absolutely absurd. I've been calling for the long. We got it. A massive move, right? When everyone figured the rate hike wasn't in and they got, they just used the volatility of the markets, I'm telling you right now. And they flooded. But I did say this morning that we had liquidity to the upside that was calling us. So it was funny. In my morning update, I was up at 5:30 in the morning. If you're inside of my trading group, I'm going to give you the sauce. I was up early bird in the morning, giving updates, giving calls, giving ideas. I did a lot this morning from about 5:30. Where's my 5:35 a.m. was my Bitcoin update this morning, talking about how I saw a move to the upside coming, right, to the bigger liquidity zones. And we got that zone. And then, look, after massive short liquidations, they came down at 8 the longs, and now they're kind of sitting pretty inside the zone again at 34,670, 680. And there's still liquidity up here. They want to go up. So it says 35.5. They're going to go back. Today is just, and I warned everybody that there would be heavy volatility today because of Fed Day. And I'll be back today at 2 o'clock when Jerome Powell speaks. You will see me again for another hour and a half long live stream. We will pound the pavement like we do every single day here and continuously beat it up. What is the algorithm on YouTube, I mean. And actually, we're going to be nice to it. I don't want to use those violent words. Shout out to everyone. You see Chainlink just getting bought up like you read about. A lot of MATIC getting added to the game. Bitcoin getting bought up. Ethereum. People loading up for the next 2 years. People getting ready who are paying attention. 441 people, 141 likes. We got 300 beautiful souls that love me, but just don't know how to show it. If you love me, you got to hit that like button. You got to do the right thing. Actions speak way louder than words. You can say you love me all you want. You can comment. You can do all this fun stuff. You got to hit that like button for the live stream. I greatly appreciate it. Help me get to 50K. They've been holding me down, baby. Help me blast through to 50K to 100,000. The guy that goes every single day without a day off. The monthly candle close last night. The weekly candle close. It doesn't matter. We don't stop bringing you the sauce. All right? Let's break it down. Let's talk about Bitcoin like we do every single day. Solana continuing to bang on them to the upside. I mean, and the FOMO was in for Solana. You guys saw me load up on Solana. It's at 40 beans. We got it at 20. We doubled our money that fast. Can you believe it? Doubled up on Solana like that, you know? And I even put out this little flag inside this bigger flag. And if you were with me, I put out this Adam and Eve double bottom that I saw, this little flag here, and this thing just continued to blast to the upside. Solana continuing to move out this smaller flag. When things get out of control, see, that's why my system works really well. Everyone else can't figure out what to do. Their oscillators get out of control, but I just keep trading flags until eventually one of them will flag out. You'll get a bearish divvy. But look at that. Solana just absolutely ripping. And look at the 1 hour says it could continue. The 1 hour says that it's not done yet. It's got a measured move. That measured move takes it all the way to 41.20. So it suggests that we may go higher for Solana. Absolutely out of control. It's a bull run somewhere. Every single day there's a bull run. My Solana bag is huge. Remember, I made a video about getting into Solana right at $20. I made it in the jacuzzi. When I said top 3 altcoins, and I made Solana one of them. If you remember when I made that video, that will blow your mind. Let's break down Bitcoin like we do every single day. Beautiful monthly close last night. Shout out to everyone that jumped on in with the monthly close with me. It was really nice. It really was a nice time. There was something special about last night, you know? And I'm going to start the live stream being super appreciative. Thank dear Lord for everyone that you brought to my live stream right now. Super appreciative. Thank you for all the awesome blessings in which you've given me already today. It's already 10 o'clock today, and I've already been given so many blessings. I walked my daughter to school. That was a blessing. What a blessing that was. I got to walk down the dirt road that I used to walk down as a kid, and I never thought I was going to be back here in my hometown, and I am. So whenever I slow down, I say, Sam, take this moment. All the yellows and the oranges all over the ground because the leaves are everywhere, and it just looks different. And I said, man, this is a blessing. And, you know, my wife, who's super nice to me, is such a blessing, so good to me. And then I got to cuddle with my little baby girl, and she cuddled with me this morning. And that was a blessing, too. So, like, my morning has already been filled. And then all you beautiful people show up to the live stream. We have 543 people. We have 226 likes. It would be even more of a blessing if all of you shared in the blessing of the like button. But at the same time, I am just super appreciative of everybody here. And you know what? You grow with more abundance every time you're appreciative. So God bless each and every one of you. I love you all. I appreciate you. And I cherish all of your viewership, your attention. You know, without you, like I said, you know, thank you for giving me your most precious asset. And that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. 546 beautiful souls in the live. I love you all. 242 likes. And love is the strongest frequency. When you live in love, you cannot be denied. The more you use the word love, the better you get at it. The more you talk about love, the better you get at using it. The more you bring love into your life, the better it is. And God is full of love. So the closer you are with God, the more love you're going to use. The more love you're going to use, the better you're going to be. The higher your frequency, the stronger you're going to be at achieving your goals, your dreams, and helping other people get where they want to be in life. And that's just really, that's the key to life, everybody. I just gave it to you. So let's break down Bitcoin. But being appreciative and having a state of gratitude at all times is the answer. And it's the way to abundance. And you saw it. You saw me, guys, take my life from 0 to 60. You saw me when I was just a kid trading cake with a chain on, right? And how different things have changed, right? The dude with the hoodie, the dude with the cake hoodie, right? Now he's wearing a 3-piece every day. I mean, and again, I may have changed the way I dress, but I never changed the way I was, man. And I'm still owe everything I have to God. Let's break it down the weekly like we do every single day. The weekly had beautiful resistance. We bounced off of it. We got the move to the upside. Weekly candle was strong. Closed, you know. Our next weekly candle closes in 4 days, in 10 hours. We're going to see what happens there. We came to this resistance right here. Right? And you can see we're kind of, you know, and then we have a bunch of, you know, chop right here, which is another reason why we stopped, because you can see there's a weekly right there. Bounce, 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 bounce. Where you previously bounced, then you had resistance. You're going to have resistance again. So there's weekly resistance right where we're at. 34,000, right? 500 really, you know? So once we breach 34.5 and really get above it nicely, we're going to move all the way up to 36,152. I can even bring it up a little higher, 36,252. That'll be our next area of support or resistance, right? Now, some people are calling this a giant bear flag. To me, it's a rising wedge that is already broken to the upside. We would have to break back inside the wedge, in my humble opinion. Okay, you could say you're at the top of the wedge. Could we break down? We very well could be. Could we do something like this? Could we bearish retest and drop to the downside? We may. What I'm going to teach you right now is going to blow your mind. I am going to solve the dilemma. Anyone here ever hear someone make a prediction and then it sits in their mind and they don't know what to do? Like you're long and then you see your favorite YouTuber call a short or tell you something's really bad going to happen. Like watching my channel and I say you this is a bear flag and then you get like sick inside and you're like, oh man, like I thought the bull market was going on. I put all my money up in there. Now what? It's going to go back. I'm going to lose it all. What's going to happen to me? And you get kind of freaked out. All right. And look at the volatility is crazy. I got to watch it for you here. 34,650. All right. Don't worry. I got my eye on the prize here. I can look at this at any time. I'm watching it for you. So here's the deal. Whenever you start a bear market, what happens is you start to lose moving averages. So the first time we get real bearish, right? What's going to happen is the 1 hour is going to break this 200-day, this 200 SMA, right? And then we're going to, and I'm going to be unawares and I'm going to say, everyone, we're below the 200 SMA. If we keep going, and then we're going to talk about, is the 4 hour going to break below the 200 SMA, which is right here, all the way down here, right? Now, once we dump down here and then we break below the 200, then we're going to have support and resistance lines that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to say if we can't get back above this area, I would short the market. And if we're short and we have a bearish trend, we won't get back and we'll fall. Eventually, we'll lose the 8 hour 200 SMA. At that point, you will see me telling you that it doesn't look good. And at that point, we'll be headed back to the 200 SMA on the 3-day and the weekly. And so I will know before any other YouTuber, and I'm telling you right now, I will know before any other YouTuber because I've watched them all and I know everyone. I know them all personally too. I will know before most YouTubers will tell you we're going to make a massive short to the downside. Trust me. My system is hypersensitive and I look at all the time frames every day. So like I spend 10 hours a day and I go from the small to the big like I do with you tonight and today right now on the weekly. We will know you will know if you study my trading strategies and you learn what I teach you. Even if you just take my course and you really get into the moving averages, you will know. So don't worry, for the rest of your life, you're never going to be blindsided by a long or a short situation because you're going to be able to see price lose the 200 SMA and then you're going to see things start to get, iffy and then boom. All right. Sam is wearing a beautiful red tie. We all know what that means for the markets. DXY dumping stocks, pamping. That's what it's about. I'm technology era guy. We need not short stone or gold. My need is Bitcoin. Bitcoin has the most usefulness and values for Bitcoin to 60K soon. Shout out to my man, Social Missionary. We love you. And you're speaking the God's word, man. Bitcoin is the new money, baby. It's actually not money. It's the best form of it is the best form of money. The dollar is not money. Money has to keep your value for a long period of time. The dollar does not do that. So it can't be really defined as money. Anyway. So I hope you understand that if you're at this channel, this is the only channel you'll need to be at because we're going to know whether we're long or short. You're going to know from me first before anybody else. But just want to look at this. This could be a possible bear flag. But we don't have to stress it right now, in my humble opinion. All right? You could even say it's almost possibly a spider line that broke. And we had resistance. We poked above it. We had resistance. Now we're back above it. We'll probably use it as support and make a massive move to the upside. There's a chance that we never go back below this diagonal line. And it ends up actually acting as a Fibonacci support version. But you've got to be open-minded. All right? So this is just something to think about. We haven't really brought it up yet on the channel. And it's there. You got to say it's there. And it's a possibility. If we start moving back down, something to think about for Bitcoin. All right? Let's go back into the 3-day chart, my go-to, baby. And the 3-day is getting spent. It is very overbought at this point. All right, double topping on the stochastics, RSI, MACD, and the RSI. However, we don't have bearish div yet. And I would really like to see some bearish divergence. I really would before we get our bigger move to the downside. Specifically, like, look at this. We had this. We might get a little dip and a dip back up again. But to me, I'm looking for bearish div before we really get a bigger pullback. Like here, that was a major bearish div on the 3-day. Swing up, swing down. And again, the notorious call here on the channel, the hidden bullish divergence that we were able to point out on August 23rd, and I brought it up every single day. Every single day I brought it up over and over again, and I stuck to it, and I said we're going to make a high above this high, and it played out exactly as it was supposed to. Understand hidden bullish divergence. You will never be the same if you can capture its essence and use it to your advantage to make gains. All right? You will. So, same reason we called the bottom here. You had bullish divergence even on the 3-day chart, which is very strong. From the weekly to the 3-day, that was your bottom for Bitcoin. 99% that's your bottom. It would take a black swan, an electromagnetic pulse. The whole world would have to go into straight turmoil. And even then, I feel like Bitcoin would actually benefit from that. So I do not see Bitcoin ever getting lower than that level ever again. I really don't. And I put my channel on the line there. I put myself on the line there. And I've been saying it ever since we made this cup and handle and we had this gap of the VRVP, and I was like, load up. We're about to blast the 19K. And since then, I've been solid on that idea. So I want, I don't really even, people already know that I stand strong that was our bottom. But anyway, need I digress? And it's because I also backtested weekly bullish divergence, and you only see it once every 7 years on all the biggest assets in the world. So if you see it and you don't think that's a bottom, you're just not going on 20 years of data. You're going on like whatever you want, your emotions, your thoughts, or some newfound technical analysis thing that you made up that doesn't make any sense. So if you can't understand divergences, you will not survive in this game. You'll be chewed up by smart money, okay? You must know divergences to enter into the realm of successful trading, all right? I mean, I guess that doesn't, you can do whatever you want, but divergences are going to give you a leg up against the rest of the market. Shout out to the 684 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 280 likes. My name is Sam Price. I've been trading for 15 years since I was 25 years old. I am 40 now. All right? Approaching 40 and a half. That's the fastest half year I ever had in my life. And I've traded the Toronto Stock Exchange, gold, silver, all sorts of different assets in the world. And I came out on top. I'm still here trading. I'm still alive, baby. I'm still building wealth. I'm still investing. I'm still finding ways to make gains, and I'm still, educating people around the world with all the ups and downs that I went through to keep you through the pitfalls of trading. So if you're just watching my channel, welcome. My name is Samuel James Price, the Crypto Lifer, and I would love to have you here as a guest for as long as you can stay. So here is the 3-day chart now is at resistance. Everyone's expecting a pullback. When we flip on the moving averages, you are too far from the 21. Every time we get this far for the 21, a pullback does occur. However, we could be at this post here, this sideways price action where the 21's curving around, and we could get one more little boom up before, we come to roost. We're also seeing the 21 cross the 50, which is a very bullish sign. Last time we saw that here, we did get a pullback to the CME, but we had a major pump to the upside. What's a CME gap? We're going to break that down for you too as well. Stay tuned for that. We're going to teach you what a CME gap is. We're going to show you a bunch of different stuff that's going to blow your mind on the channel. All right. One thing I want to show you right now, check this out. Check this out. I'm going to show you this right now. We're going to remove the moving averages for a second, and we're going to move into the daily chart. All right. So now let's talk about the daily. So we looked at the weekly. We looked at the 3-day chart. We know we're extended on those big time frames, but the weekly still is gas, and the 3-day chart is at its levels, but it still could procure some type of movement to the upside. I usually use candle bodies, but you kind of have to use the wicks here just to make some type of sense of what's happening. But we're making some type of pennant here. Some type of sideways pennant. Kind of a rising wedge even, like a parabolic feel vibe. Then we slap on the moving averages again. We're away from the 21. I really want the 21, but we got a golden cross there on the daily. Very, very interesting. All right. It is a latent signal, but if you go by every single asset in the world and you go by every golden cross, you will see that most golden crosses within 2 to 3 weeks of the golden cross, price action was way above where it was during the golden cross. See, look, you had a dip after it. It doesn't mean price can't make a move. Like, it's not like the end all of everything, but it's a send-off. That's why I tell everyone, moving averages are a landscape idea, meaning you zoom out and see what it tells you. You don't do exactly what it says. You see what it tells you. So this coming up tells me that weeks from now, we're somewhere up in here. All right? And it doesn't mean, and it's not guaranteed at all, too, but there's a higher probability 2 or 3 weeks from now, Bitcoin is above these levels, somewhere above 37,000, 36,000 because of this beautiful golden cross we see on the daily. It's a preemptive idea. We could even come up, come all the way back down, come up again, but 2, 3 weeks, a month from now, Bitcoin should be higher than it is based off the golden cross on the daily time frame. The pattern's not amazing. A lot of wicks to the downside, some buy pressure either way, and the Stokes are very high. All right. Let's go to our 22-hour, though, which is, vicariously low. And this is the time frame that whenever the daily gets a little pinned and kind of doesn't act exactly how I want, like I don't get my cycle on the moving on the stochastics like I usually get. And look at this, it's just far more of a formidable ascending triangle, right? It's an ascending triangle. Like, there's no two ways about it. It's getting closer to the 21-day moving average. This is telling me that a big move is coming. I've been long on the 8-hour ever since I saw the pennant, with just a stop loss, lower than this level here. And, I put out the trade. I've talked about it. It went into the money huge this morning when we were at 35,227. But I was working out, of course. Right as it started, I started to work out, and then the thing would continue to boom to the upside, out of control. You know what I mean? God bless, man. Yeah, tell me all this stuff, man. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so, well, I should, but you know what I mean. My mind races. Let's take a look here at the 4-hour time frame. And every morning, hit me up with that if you can. Remind me. All right? Stay on point with that. Yeah. So check it out. Let's take a look. Yeah, I have severe ADHD, and some people take it as like lack of affection too. But my mind just is uncontrollably racy. So it's the reason why I'm able to do what I do, though. Like, I turned it into a gift, but it was a curse for years. And it's like people had to understand me, which is kind of a pain, right? Like, oh, well, that's what Sam, Anyway, see this inverted head and shoulder here on the RSI, stochastics RSI? That's a good sign. And see the lack of bearish momentum in the MACD there flattening out? It's a very good sign. Also, see how the RSI is below, getting below, closer to below 50, but it also, look, it's in its own falling wedge here. Could easily break out to the upside and get a move. Doesn't always come back down every time, Yeah, I guess it does eventually. But we could still get a nice push out for the 4-hour time frame. Was a bearish div right here. Swing up while that swings up. That was a bearish divvy right there. I feel like it played out. We got the double bottom. We bounced back to the upside, and we've been going sideways ever since. They want to play with the market now. Now they got anybody. They got enough people short because they make a double top, and people are like, oh, I'm going to short resistance. And they get enough people long because so they basically created a 50% pattern really out of a bull pennant. And they got everybody in waiting right now. And to me, I just play the moving averages. If we lose the 200 SMA, then we're going to go down. If we don't, we're going to be good. So they won't be able to confuse me because the math will equal out no matter what on the moving averages. No matter how they try to swing it, I'm going to be able to see what they're doing, right? And that's the key of having a style. Eventually, you'll tangle with the market until eventually you'll sit in a pocket with a style that will make sense to you. And you'll be, So here's the deal. I don't want us to go back below, remember, 34,250. That's the key area that I did not want to lose. Last night I said, I just want to see the daily candle close above that. That's all I wanted. And we got that. So we got the loveliness that I was asking for last night. So far, so good. We got above this key local resistance. Now, look, we have resistance, wicked above it, came back down. You must get back above 34,700. Even this wick up here, now it's these wicks, 30, and it's even 35, but we'll call it, 35K, but 35,800. We got to get back above that level. We got to close some candles up in here in this zone. We got above the point of control, which is a good sign on the 1-hour time frame, and we got tight moving averages, and the stochastics still say that we're going to the upside. So regardless of what all the up and down nonsense that happened this morning based off of Fed rate hiking, they try to play with the markets. That's what they do. And I told my group there would be heavy volatility this morning. I kept bringing it up. I said, be careful, heavy volatility. All right. 12 Stokes. RSI looks good. Looking good for more upside. Yeah, the 12-hour looked good to me. The 8-hour looked good to me. And until those reset or something crazy happens, and again, it is what it is, but I like what I'm seeing here on the 12-hour and the 8-hour as well. 100%. Tried to send last night. Good morning. Shout out to Trav2432. I remember you saying that. God bless you. Thank you so much for the super chat. $10 in chat revenue. You're the man, dude. God bless you for doing that. So I'm still long. There's really nothing else to say. I'm still long on the 8-hour time frame. Okay? And, it's a boring long. It's going Sid's way. But it is what it is. And I got 2 trades open. One, I'm trading the Bitcoin pair with the BTUSD. And then the other, I'm trading the Tether pair. All right? So don't care, baby. Nope. And it's time for BTC pairs. Let's talk about some BTC pairs here. And we're going to break it down, too. I'm going to start talking about that a lot more on the channel. How to trade with BTC pairs and how we're going to use BTC pairs to make more Bitcoin. Things that you can't do anything else. You can't do it in Forex. You can't do it on the NASDAQ. You can't do it anywhere else. Make more Bitcoin out of your Bitcoin. And you can do it with BTC pairs. It's an amazing feeling. When you have 0.5 Bitcoin, you end up with 5 of them. You 10x your Bitcoin trading altcoins. And you wouldn't believe it, and it can happen to you. Night streams get crazy. How important is it to trade different BTC pairs? Let's go, baby. BTC pairs. Yeah, baby, yeah. Yet it was wild last night. Where's the link for the lifer class? It may not be up yet, honestly. Shout out to the 748 beautiful souls in the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 330 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Be the most loving thing you ever did. And while we have everybody out here, may God bless each and every one of you. Sign up for Leverage Mastery. If you want to trade leverage all the time, like you literally want to do it 5-10 hours a day, you want to really get it, you want to become a pro leverage trader, this is the place to go. 2-hour video class, become a leverage trader. You get a 2-hour video class, and then you get 3 weekly Zoom sessions every week. It's not just 3 weekly Zoom sessions. It's 3 weekly Zoom sessions a week. All right? And as long as you're in the trading group and you continue to join us and stay with us, you'll continue to get that benefit. All right? If I'm correct, right? I think I'm correct. Yeah, so $300 for serious traders to reach the next level. Jump on it today if you want to get down. All right? Three times per week, he's going to go over the charts, talk about it, go over tape reads, break down candles, and you're going to learn so much more than you would ever know. And each of those little sit-downs is worth hundreds of dollars. You're going to get so much value out of that. Again, once we realize what we created and how many millionaires we made, we'll probably have to, we'll be like, oh my gosh, this is a $2,000, But right now we're young and dumb. No, I don't want to say that, but, we're beginning. We're a startup. And, a lot of times startups give away a lot of value because we're just beginning and we're fighting the competition. We're new kids on the block. I would take advantage of the knowledge because I'm almost positive you can't get it anywhere else. All right. So let's break down what's happening on the smaller time frames now. See if there's a scalp. See what's going down. What key levels did we break above? Did we break back inside? What's going on here for Bitcoin? All right. So clearly we broke above the resistance. They got a bunch of people to long. They psyched out some retail traders. They got excited. Definitely people opened leverage trades up in here, and then they got smashed to the downside. I told my trading group it's a good day not to trade at all. Like, I kept my trade open, but, I didn't, get into 100 other trades, right? Soul Moon. Oh, come on, man. Sam and the Master Friend are superheroes. God bless you. Such an amazing value. Amen. Bitty Bitty Bitcoin, my man. Shout out to Redband in the house. Shout out to Bitty Bitty Bitcoin in the house. And everybody here on the live. 750 people, 362 likes. 400 people just afraid of that like button. Don't worry, if you hit the like button and you slip and hurt your hand and you sprain your point dexter there, you'll be all right. We'll give you some splints and some ice, little mini ice packs for your finger. That's the worst that could happen. You'll be all right. Trust me, everything's going to be fine. You're going to make it. You're absolutely going to make it. You're going to be okay. Anyway, so we had a massive pump to the upside. It looked beautiful. Things were going great. And then we had a massive dump right back down. That's a Bitcoin Fed day. That looks just like a Fed day. Red folder day, be careful. It is what it is. It was non-farm too, I believe. On Forex Factory, let's take a look at that. Yeah, non-farm, 12.15. Okay, ADP. And I put out the ADP too, which was, and we'll talk about ADP right now. Shout out to MEXC. They always hook you up with the fun way to look at it too. But so US ADP unemployment, all right? Actual, estimated. Actual was 113K. All right. Estimated was 150K. Bitcoin fluctuation 5 minutes before announcement, 6%. Isn't that funny? Bitcoin fluctuation 5 minutes after announcement, 0.01%. Pretty cool how they even track that information for you, right? And we have a Fed announcement today. Fed statement today. It's weird. It says Fed statement at 6 p.m. I don't know why, but usually he goes live at 2 p.m. But he should be going live today at 2 p.m. 2:30 actually is when we should see the Fed go live. And look at our CME watch tool, which tells us, too, what's going to happen in 3 hours, 17 minutes, and 2 seconds. So, yeah. Oh, so actually, no, it looks like it's going to be at 2 o'clock exactly. But usually he talks at 2:30. Hold on, let me just double check. If I go to the Federal Reserve YouTube channel, they already have the stream up and running. All right. And I used to go live early, like at 1:30, but then you sit there and wait for the hike, and it's corny. You know what I mean? And everyone sits there and just like, you want to go live like right when the Fed meeting happens, in my humble opinion. Now I'm going to be on the 1 minute or the 30-second chart, 5-second chart. I'm going to have BOOKMAP up. And it's fun, man. And I'm going to show you basically where price action is going to go on small time frames. You're going to learn a lot on Fed meeting days because I'm going to be live. I'm going to be live moving the charts around. It's going to be kind of crazy too. So, yeah, you might have to, right? I'll be done by 3 o'clock. So now watch live today. Oh, no, let's see. So they don't have it up yet. They'll have it up later on. But I'll be back. We'll get the time nailed down. Around 2 o'clock, I'll be back. But CME Watch still says there's a 99% chance they do not raise rates. And with the rates staying flat, that's just going to be good for Bitcoin. It's going to push down the dollar. And it's going to help us out. So let's take a look at what's happening here for BTC. Honestly, this is my wacky idea that this is a falling wedge that you can't see. They hid from you. I know this is insane. I mean, it should be a beautiful wedge. This is how price action is supposed to move, right? But they broke it out, broke it back inside. There's a chance this 7-minute just decides to take off, and we act like this never happened. And so this is how I try to, I just take this out like it never happened, and I play this like a flag that's supposed to break out like it's supposed to break out. And I've done this many times in extrapolating data from the chart in a way that most people would just look at you like you're out of your mind. But that's good because who else would do that? Nobody. So how could the market maker go after you if you do what no one else is doing? See? Sammy Cup and handy, man. The more unique you are, the better off you are as a trader. The less you want to follow the herd, the better off you are as a trader. Especially if you're going to lead people to glory, right? So I see lack of momentum here. And if I have to break it down and force it, it's a symmetrical triangle. It's a chubby triangle. They normally do break to the downside. But right now we're inside of a chubby triangle. 50% to the upside or to the downside. And this is what's happening here for Bitcoin on the 7-minute time frame. And the low stochastics tell me that we're going to get a move to the upside here. And this is kind of a cup and handy too as well. Now I could also look at it. I'm going to get rid of this for now because there's no way anyone sees that, and it's okay. I'm going to get rid of this too. I also see it as kind of a bear flag. You see? Wants to break back down to the bottom of the pattern too as well. Normally, symmetrical triangles do break to the downside when I see them. And I almost call it's almost more of a descending triangle than a symmetrical, right? It's pretty much, you could do this, we could flatten, and now it is, once this kind of meets that flat center, that's a descending triangle. Those normally break to the downside. The length, so you would expect this to dump and continue to dump based off the pattern alone, nothing else. If you didn't look at anything else, you would expect this to dump right back down, at least to this level at 30,250. It's crazy, man, how they bring the price up and down all night long. Like, it just kind of gets me irritated sometimes because it's like, all right, guys, like, we know you're in control. Like, you made us feel like little peons. We get it. You know what I mean? It's like, we get it. Like, you guys run the markets. You know what I mean? So you would expect this to come down. Then we would see ourselves at a falling wedge that could break further to the upside later on today. All right. The cool thing is, if we break back above this resistance, I mean, there's a chance that we could continue to move. The 1 hour looks good to me. All right. 15-minute, 7-minute, they all look like we could get a move here. So smaller time frames, playing games. Like the 5-minute definitely wants to dump on us to the downside. So I expect the dump here. This rounded top doesn't look great. Expect some type of move here back to the bottom of this channel. And then we'll go from there. So right now I do see Bitcoin temporarily attempting a move to the downside. All right. Based off of my probabilities and strategies. The idea here too is I see 34,000 as a big area. Now that's like the biggest place of liquidity near us. It's calling our name at this point. And you can see these steps too closer to get there. So they went up and grabbed the liquidity that we talked about. They ate all of it as much as they could. And now it looks like they want to come lower down to 34K. All right. And I just called this short to the downside, and if you jump in, this looks like it's going to continue down pretty fast. The 5-minute about to dump on you further down here, all right? And it's really just a pattern trade back to the bottom of this pattern. You know, once you figure out where the range is on any given moment in time, you'll come back to the bottom of the range likely. And there you go. I mean, we just called this at 34,005, and now we're starting to drop to the downside. Okay? Who here just made gains on a short, man? UK Lifer reporting for duty. Shout out to Koala Man. Shout out to One Pump. Shout out to D Shuffle. Shout out to all my lifers in the house. See you here on time, ready to go. God bless you all for being here. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. 819 beautiful lifers. And look, we just called a short for you. It's in the money right now. We called the short at 34,005. It's already up. Are we going to continue to the downside in this volatility? Wow, and they're flatlining the oscillators, so they're pressing price now. And we want to see some long liquidations starting to pop out here. And there they are. Yep, and there they go, and there's the dump. Look at it. We just called that beautiful dump. Price action couldn't even handle it. Look at that. I just called that beautiful short for you to the downside. You're welcome. It hit the target exactly. Congratulations. Shorts are fast and furious. I've learned they go really quick, and they always end with a wick. You know what I mean? But look, we just called this short for you on the channel. I just told you price action was about to drop, and it dropped literally a minute later to the downside. I do this all the time on the channel. If this is your first time and you've never seen anything like that, keep coming back. Who here just made massive gains on a short to the upside? Who here made massive gains on a short to the upside? Pin another month with the trade. Bang, bang, bang. See what I'm saying? The group pays for itself. The live stream pays for itself. And then there's so much other stuff you can learn inside of the trading group. So you come here for free. I give you knowledge day in and day out. You learn that knowledge. You use that education to make gains. You take those gains. You pay for the trading group. You become amazing. Then you become a millionaire. You stay in the trading group because $99 a month is nothing for you. You pay for the year and you get the discount. And then you're ready to go. And then you start helping others with what you know because you love what you did with your life. And then we just keep growing. And we have hundreds of people that are doing the process that I just described. And so this channel is changing lives because we push for it every single day. Also, I mean, how amazing is life? I mean, shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? To the downside. And there it goes, man. We could see it before it happened. The charts convey what's going down, right? Look, you lost the 200 SMA too. And I didn't even have to see it, but that's another one of my known things. If you lose a 200 SMA and you close a candle below it, once that 1 minute candle closed below it, the bots eat, baby. And then how did I know where we were going to stop exactly? Because I knew what the trend line was. I could already see the trend line before it happened. I could see the pattern before the pattern was drawn. How did I know? Well, look, where we're stopped right there. So insane, right? How did I know where we were going to go? Because I had the measured move of the bear flag. And it did look like a bear flag to me as well. Anyway, if you trust in your technical analysis and let it rip, you'll be able to see things no one else can see. And this is the key of this channel. And I try to produce a gain for anyone that shows up and gives me their time. All these other channels do this. Look at me. Look at my gains. I don't care if you see my gains or not. They don't do anything for you. If I show you all my gains, what does it do for you? Can you count my money? Am I paying your bills? No. What you can get is my knowledge and my information. That's what you can get. And look at this. They're going to go hard today on the volatility. And now, look, they're below my key level, 34,250. I never thought when we went all the way up to 35 this morning, we would be all the way back down. Price action never ceases to amaze me what they do to people. The insane behavior that they do here. And look, even on the 5-second chart, hard to get a nice, strong divergence here. Let's take a look at our RSI. Massive long liquidations now. So they got all these people to think once they broke out of the pattern, it was time to long. They were that simple-minded. And then they, don't they know that Fed Day is the day not to trade, that they're going to do this on Fed Day? This is what they do to people. They crush lives every single day, and we watch it happen. Look, all these people just got liquidated. I could see the short coming. I could see the short coming before it happened. Absolute insanity. And look, this is getting absolutely nasty. Now you want to know where we're going to go. Well, you go the length of the base of this falling wedge. That's your next measured move here. So this could get even worse. All the way down to 33,800. Massive, massive dumpy. And we're going to have to kind of take a look at price action again here. There's a divvy finally on the 30-second chart. Finally some divergence. Can it hold though? Usually the first one doesn't after such a massive liquidation like that. Wow. Shout out to anyone that jumped into that short and made gains from 35.5. You did have to be fast, but bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. I didn't call along right there, did I? No, no, no. I saw the price action was telling me that we were about to make a move to the downside. Descending triangle-esque, like there was bearish tones. And I came in with the bullish bias. The charts told me exactly what was going to happen, and it happened. All right? That's why there's 882 people learning from the Lifer. That's why we have the CryptoLifer.com. That's why you want to jump on in. All right? I'm telling you right now, and just keep coming back to the live stream. You're going to see, I don't take days off, not Christmas, not Thanksgiving. I've been going for 1,000 days straight and continuing. And you know what? COVID, no matter what it is, I take care of my body. I work out every day. I eat right. And I do things so I can show up every single day. Like, that's not easy to do, to never take a day off. I do it for each and every one of you because I love you. All right? And I want you to join the trading group. Go to CryptoLifer.com and check it out. CryptoLifer.com and check it out. All right? This is where you'll learn what I learned, how I was able to see where the charts were going to go before they went there just a minute ago. All right? I show and prove every day how the charts can teach you what's going to happen. You just got to pay attention. Look, we saw that short. Like, we were just sitting here like la-di-da, and then I was like, guys, that looks like a bear flag. We're about to drop. I saw the head and shoulder after the fact, but we called the short right there at 35,000, like 510. And that thing's still mean. And they flooded it to the downside. And look, it could have been the daily. Yeah, see the daily. Then you want to look at your bigger time frames. The daily coming down. Let's take a look at our 22-hour. Our 22 coming down. Now, the thing is, if this doesn't wick back up, did it ruin the sauce? Well, let's take a look. I mean, you can open this up and you can say we're still inside the channel. Until we break this low on the candle, until I get a candle lower than that on the 22, until I break this low here, I don't see a downtrend. You know, we got to break 33,400. At the same time, that key area of support or resistance that I keep going over at 34,250 has been breached yet again. And this is the key area that if we can stay above it, we're going to 35,000, 38,000. If we can never break back below this level and keep above it, we're going down. We must get back above this level today to remain bullish. Look at the 1 hour now losing the 200 SMA. That's the beginning of a downtrend, everybody. That's the beginning of a lot of pain. Now, they could be also inducing the bears to create a lot of shorts above us so they can flood us to the upside. We want to wait for this candle to close. But if this 1 hour candle closes below the 200 SMA, that is a bearish sign. That is a sign that I've been waiting for the last 5 or 6 days, and that will continue. And if that happens, it's likely we're going to fall down to this moving average and possibly to the 200 SMA here on the 4 hour time frame. You lose one 200 SMA, you go to another. Look at this big gap of the VRVP. Look at how if we lose this node, how much space we can go. Just like we went fast up, we can go fast right back down. That is a Bart Simpson that could definitely bring us further to the downside. All right. When they do this, they're going to capitulate a wick. It's going to be fast and furious. An area to get in could be 33,650. So an area to look at from this impulse is we have a 786 here at 31,320, and we have a golden pocket at about 31,800, 31,670. This is a key area I would be looking at for a possible bounce. Okay. If we get the bounce, I'd be looking for bullish divvy on the 1 hour or the 15-minute, even the 7-minute time frame. And that would be a beautiful entry. So we'll come down into the zone. We'll look at the smaller time frames. But, I mean, we still have this node to deal with, and we could come further lower, right? So you must be able to flip bullish or bearish no matter what. You can never be 100%. Like, price action has to do something. Price action has to do nothing at all. Okay? It doesn't have to do anything at all. And there's a chance that we go even further up here, too. The 37K, it's still on the table. All right? These are just the smaller time frames that they're playing with. The 8 hour, the 12 hour still pretty much intact for now. Super important. Price action gets back above this 200 SMA. That's all. I just want the daily candle to close, like I said before, above 34,250. That's all I want. And, you know, I'll be a happy camper. 34,200. Yeah. And again, what a time to work out this morning as price action was just absolutely flipping around. All right. So are we going to continue down lower? What's going to happen now? Well, let's talk about it. We'll go into my smaller time frame. So we're stuck on here right now. We're waiting for a nice divergence to get us back to the upside. We're seeing if we can get back above this resistance that we fell below. 34,250. If we can't get back above that, expect more downside. So now we kind of sit. You know, I would take profits on the short if I was in one, in and out. I mean, what a nice move. Then the shorts pay fast. Shorts just, you know, they move so fast in the price action. It's insane. All right. Shout out to the 900 beautiful souls on the live. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you can find out when I post my next video. No, I do a live stream every Thursday, every Wednesday night called The Price Report. And we're going to interview someone that is, you know, dedicated their life to cryptocurrency. So definitely something that you want to see. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be tonight at 7:30. I also do another stream when Jerome Powell is live later on today. I'm the Crypto Lifer. If you've heard of me, anyone here heard of me and just came to the live stream and you're wondering who I am, let me know. Jer Powell might wreck us. Yeah, he could be the most hawkish dude. And, you know, people already kind of hear what he's going to say. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at the DXY. Let's take a look even Solana, which pumped all the way further up to $40.98, but still holding $40. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at what's happening to the DXY right now, and then we're going to look at the S&P futures and more. So, look, I put out this flag this morning at 5 in the morning. I said, be careful. It looks like the dollar is going to pump on the 1 hour time frame. I would short Euro USD. So let's take a look at what happened here. I said, watch your Forex Euro USDs, probably a likely short. And this was at like 5:45 in the morning. I'm talking about it. And look, I mean, there was the nice short to the downside right there. And that already started, but I put it out like, you know, a few hours ago. Did get a bounce back up just an hour back, but that was a beautiful short on Euro right there out of this little kind of descending triangle right here. Descending triangles pay so well. They short so nicely. You can almost see this as a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there too. But anyway, so I put the, you know, I didn't put out the actual chart, but it was definitely a good idea. I have heard of you. Shout out to Bildo. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. Shout out to Near Baby. Shout out to Tony Rosas in the house. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to the Cryptic Sniper. And so right here this morning, I put this out, and then Bitcoin would boom to the upside. I mean, the dollar would boom, get loaded back down, and now it's kind of sitting in this really strange spot. So a lot of volatility today that messed with price action. It's going to take us like a couple days to clean up this nasty move. But what do I see happening now for the dollar index? I mean, it broke above a resistance that we talked about here. Look. It tried to get, we'll see. It's attempting to get back above the range. Let me take away the moving averages. So it's attempting to get back above this range, but I see it inside of this like giant, basically kind of a falling wedge flag, you know. Had the shoulder, head and shoulder, had the M pattern that dumped, got bought back up, bounced off this support. So it has support now at 106.10. So weird, right? And let me just get rid of the smaller stuff so we can look at what price is doing right now. I mean, to me, top of the channel, still top of the channel. Like, it never left the channel. It's got it. That's a beautiful M that we want to see break to the downside. Release Bitcoin and get the dumpage. So we want to see this at M start to move down. The 8 hour suggests that it can. The daily wants to dump on you. The 22 hour is a little overbought as well. Look at that shoulder, head, right shoulder. Tried to make a move. So we want to see this 8 hour and this 4 hour really come down, you know, take a dump. You want to see the dollar lose this level. You do not want to see it move further to the upside. It looks like we definitely will come down and make a beautiful M here and then dump down to the bottom of the pattern. But only time will tell. If we see the dollar breach this level and start closing candles or making a flag up here, it's going to negate that this was likely going to happen. Shout out to the 917 beautiful souls in the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 925, I spoke too soon. 485 likes. $11 in chat revenue. Thank you for being here. If you're new to the channel, we go over Bitcoin most of the time. We figure out where we're going to go. We give a live trade if we can, like I just did earlier. And then we talk about altcoins, ideas that I'm looking at, trades, sometimes free trades, copy, anything that I see, setups, and the like. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I will not go over your portfolio for you. I will not show you, how to allocate, stuff like that. You're going to have to figure that out, but I will give you the education. I'll teach you DeFi. I'll teach you about all the different coins. I'll give you access to my Token Metrics account, which costs $1,000 a year. I have the AstroBot, which costs $3,000. So you have something that's priceless that you couldn't even have access to. And I have that for you in my trading group. We go over so many things. We do a weekly screen share every single Thursday night where you sit with me for another 2 hours privately on a Zoom. We have elite traders. We have people teaching class. So much going on in my trading group. It's absolutely out of control. You definitely want to jump in. If you just want to see what we did in the last few days, because I see a lot of people here that may have never been on the channel before, and I'm just going to show myself for a second, then I'm going to get back to brass tacks. But I got to show. Accurate call for Bitcoin yesterday. I had the 7-minute golden cross, and then it blasted to the upside. No stop loss got hit. Beautiful move for Bitcoin in the trading group. Lido Dow 3 weeks ago, but it took a while, but that thing pumped. But then yesterday, GFAL I put out in the flag, boom, to the upside. Solana, I saw it in the Adam and Eve double bottom. I gave this on the live stream with the flag. That was the perfect entry, and Solana would continue to rip from there. Absolutely absurd. Juno for 76%. CFG, which is Centrifuge, banging on them. And it just continues to go. Cyber, I put out a beautiful call at night before I went to bed at 11:24. The next morning, we were up already for gains. It just continues. And I searched and scanned the market all day long, attempting to put you in the best ideas and the best positions and learn about the most things that will get you to make the most gains. So, all right. So the dollar index, we want to see it break back to the down part of this channel. Eventually, it will make a bigger flag that we could contend with, and actually may actually make a bigger move too. But for now, we just want to see this 4-hour breakdown. We don't want to see this get to 107.10, 107.20. We want to see it break down here at 106.77. Let's take a look at ES1, S&P futures. All right. E-mini futures. So look, I called a bounce here on the S&P. Remember when everyone was bearish, I said the S&P is going to bounce. Everyone thought I was crazy, right? What happened? We got a nice bounce, didn't we? Look at this, right off the divergence to the upside. Look at shoulder, head, right? All you have to know is how to trade an inverted head and shoulder, and you're in the money. Look at this. This is insanity. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Measured move is wick to wick. From the neckline, that's exactly, From the neckline, that's what you did. You bounce back to the upside. I see the S&P in a giant Sammy Cup and Handy. I'm known as Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. We also do voices here. Hey, my name is Peter Griffin. Hey, I love Lois. Lois is my wife. I live in Quahog and I drink beer. Hey, my name's Sam. I watch the Crypto Lifer every single day. We also do a good Marky Wahlberg here. Hi, my name's Marky Wahlberg. It doesn't matter. I played a cop, I play a fireman. I can do it all, babe. It doesn't matter. I can get it done. It doesn't matter, babe. I can show you the way. I'm a peacock. Let me fly. No, but shout out to everybody here on the live. We love you. So look, the S&P 500, let's take a look at it for a quick second. Beautiful cup and handle. A lot of people are saying we're going to dump. I'm calling for a long. I'm calling for the 3-day chart to get, it's very, very oversold. I see hidden bullish divergence, swing up to swing up. Well, this swings down. I see a continuation for the S&P. I'm calling on a massive long on the S&P. Most people are calling on a massive short. Just something I got to talk about. I'm calling on a massive long here for the S&P. Let's take a look at the NQs. Same thing for the NASDAQ. I called the bounce on the NASDAQ too. Everyone was freaking out. I said, no, we're going to bounce. And lo and behold, so far, the last 6 days, we have bounced on the NASDAQ. Here you can see my hidden bullish divergence drawn. It says we're going to make a high above this high. I showed you this on Bitcoin. Are you going to miss it here on the NQ? It depends. So shout out to everybody here, but I am also calling reversals on the NQ. They're going to have to print so much money, it's ridiculous. That's it. You know what I mean? Soul moving. Soul hit 42. Insane. And I'm still in Solana. I got into Solana at 20 in front of the trading group. That trade continues to bang on them to the upside. All right? Shout out to everybody here. If you want to join my trading group, let me put a link here. If you also want to jump into MEXC. MEXC is where I trade. Also, no matter what I'm trading or where I'm trading, I got myself a hardware wallet. While I have a lot of people here, I want to preach security in cryptocurrency. We all can't just be sitting ducks on centralized exchanges. Like what happened to Celsius, what happened to FTX. We must allocate funds that matter to us, make smart decisions, and get yourself a hardware wallet today. I have a hardware wallet right here. This is the first Trezor I ever bought years ago, 5 years ago. This thing still works great, still holds coins, still does its thing. Please get yourself a hardware wallet today. All right, don't leave all your funds on a centralized exchange. It'll be your fault. All right, when the chickens come home to roost. All right, FTX will recover. That's crazy. Anyway, join the trading group. I pinned it right here. Join MEXC. If you want to jump into MEXC, that's where we trade futures. That's where you could have taken advantage of the Bitcoin move that we just saw. All right, let's get back into Bitcoin as it's back at 265. Look, it's trying to get back above the zone. The bullish divergence did kick in here on that 32nd. And technically, you should pump up to the 200 SMA now. That's just a little trick that I teach my students. I'm not going to go in depth on that today, but we really should pump back up to the 200 SMA. Make the cup and handle. We should make a handle at one point, right? Make a low that makes people think we're going to go lower than that. Test the range. Come back up to the 200 SMA. Make the move. We see this all the time. This is exactly some type of algorithm that they've, punted into the market that plays the same move over and over again. And what it does, it eventually makes an ascending triangle. It just does the same thing over and over again. There's the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. That made the move to the upside. And then if you get above the 50, you're likely to pump to the 200 SMA. Could this be the end of the pain for the day? There's a chance that this is the bottom of the range. And this is what we're in. We're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this falling wedge breaks further to the upside later on today. All right. Do we just come up right here to the top of this zone and we make this little falling wedge? The key is that we stay inside the pattern, right? Did we stay inside the pattern? We did. That's all that matters, that the pattern didn't break, all right? Especially on the 4-hour time frame. And I'll draw the pattern cleaner. I'm just looking at smaller time frames right now. CoinEx. Why the heck am I on CoinEx? That's crazy, right? Anyway, let's take a look at Binance, where I usually do my stuff. So technically, we lost the range on the 30-minute chart. We did lose the range. On the 4-hour chart, we could play with it. And you'd be like, how has that changed? Well, it changes depending on the time frame that you're using, all right? You could say, though, that the 4-hour stayed inside the pattern. What I don't like is that the 1-hour lost the 200 SMA. That's bearish. We got to get back above there. Right now, we're getting rejected by it. Look, we're having a hard time getting back above the 200. We must get back above the 200, or this short will continue to the downside. How do we get in? We're going to find a flag on the 1-minute time frame. Look, that's a bear flag right there. There's a chance that this will continue to dump. If the divergence wasn't strong enough, we had a pretty good one. Sorry. We had pretty good divergence here. Right there, it was pretty strong. So this is it, everyone. Like, in the next 10 minutes, you're either going to double bottom, make a massive bear flag, or stay above the. So right here, here it is. If you can't hold this zone, previous resistance becomes support. If you can't SR flip right now, if this candle closes below and then loses this, see this POC, this red line, we're going to go further down. And we're going to go all the way to 33,800. That's the next level that we're going to hit. That's your target. Looks like it may happen here because you're very overbought on the stochastics RSI. You're curving down on the RSI here. Not guaranteeing this, but this is starting to show a high probability of a dump right now as we speak. I'm loading up on TIA. Interesting. Really? Wow. Imagine a fake break up and down. I mean, they'll do everything today. Today is a volatile day. Technically, by my crazy idea here, you had a strong enough dib. You should basically move up to the 200 SMA now, as long as you create a higher low. To me, it's really important, though, that we hold this because resistance, break above, flip. You just go below this, you're going to drop. Next level I'm looking at is 33,800. All right. AMINO rewards token release today. Let's take a look at that too on Twitter. Let's look at that AMINO. I remember them. Oh, sorry. Okay, here it is. And this is a cool rewards app. And they had a deal with the San Francisco 49ers, too. This thing's a big deal. Market cap's going to be $2 million, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So it comes out 1 p.m. today on Uniswap. The token launch price will be 0.002. Total supply will be 50 billion. All right. Now, I'd be careful. A lot of times this gets crazy, but it's definitely something fun to watch. If you earn tokens through the AMINO Move app, please hang tight. Claiming will start to become available in the next few days with instructions. Approximately 500,000 AMINO has been earned by 2.5 million accounts. It's amazing. The ammo token is scheduled tomorrow at 5 p.m. UTC, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that's also going to hit Uniswap. All right. It's going to be a pretty big deal. So pay attention to that. Could be a chance to get something on the low after the massive dump off. We'll see what happens as it get pumped up. I'm excited. Look, Games for a Living is speaking, dude. That's huge. I love Games for a Living. I would like to do something with them. I'll have to talk to them. We should have my team reach out to Games for a Living. But AMINO rewards coming out today. There's your contract address. High tax for the first 2 blocks to protect against advanced sniper bots. High sell tax for the first 20 minutes is to protect market buyers. All right. So a high sell tax for the first 20 minutes is to protect market buyers from private sellers instantly selling on them. All right. The majority of taxes collected will be used for the buybacks to boost LP if necessary. And we will carefully monitor liquidity to add additional ETH and tokens to the pool if needed. Ammo was also going to be a zero tax token, but we changed our strategy. We decided to launch on a DEX, and it will be zero tax forever after 48 hours. We also been transparent. There was a private sale and a venture round that was necessary to deliver functional tech, huge partnerships, large sales, advertising deals, and more. No participants received a discount on launch price, and only 20% of the tokens will be available in the first 3 months. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. AMINO rewards coming out today at 1 p.m. I got 58K ammo after 2 years walking with the app. Really? That's insane. And it's coming out at 0.002. So it looks like you'll have like a couple pennies in your... No, but look, let's do the math. 58,000 times .0002. So you got a nice $11, man, after 2 years. And shout out to everybody here on the live. That's just something that someone mentioned. Thank you for bringing it up. Are you going to buy on the first tick? Now, I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to watch it and see what happens, to be honest, you know? Yeah. I was going to get into the project, but I never did. I don't know why. I just waited too long. I was traveling too much. Never got in. Flying to Tulum, my man. Arcane Bear doing his thing. We love you, Arcane. Have a good flight, man. Be safe. My man, Arcane Bear in the house. Shout out to 880 people. So look, we are getting the bounce. So we got the higher low. And this is what you want. This cup and handle. All right. They grab the liquidity. And now they usually pump us back to the 200 SMA. Do this every single time. Take some time. It takes, you know, I would not be surprised if we eventually come and meet this yellow line. Usually it takes some time, something like this. But this is what I see happening for Bitcoin now. The end of the dump. Another great thing about my channel is I can usually tell you when the dump is over. Like, that was a liquidity run. We see the divergence, and then they do the same things over and over again. We show you this. We show you the patterns of how they play. I do this every single day for 1,000 days straight, so I eventually caught them in their own behavior. And I mean, I've seen it. If you watch the live stream with me, if you're as consistent as me, you're going to learn the market the way I learned it. There's nothing they can do that you're not going to figure out. Look, we didn't lose the point of control. Doesn't mean we're in the hood. We're out now. We got to get above this level here now. All right, that's a resistance now. That must be, we must break back above to remain bullish. Okay? So, but I suggest that we do pump back up to the 200 SMA, and the volatility is crazy today. Crazy today. Let's take a look at Solana. People telling me Solana is absolutely out of control right now. I'm excited for that. Booming to 40.90. You guys made me think it was going, I don't know, funny. It did go all the way to 41.92, but it's hitting the target. It's got to have some bearish divergence at this point, right? Smart idea to take some profits on Solana. I don't know, man. I can't tell people what to do, but wow. I mean, it's like you want to hold it long. Here's the deal with cryptocurrency. Once you decide to hold something long-term, that must be what you're going to do. You must stick it on a hardware wallet, stick it somewhere, and keep it there and not touch it ever again. You can't play games with, you can't do that. All right? Either you're going all the way for the long haul or you're going to swing trade it. You can't, because once you swing trade a long haul bag, you may never be able to get back it again. It can burn like you wouldn't believe. Like you might sell it and this thing rips to 50 and then like, yeah, what do you do then? You have to limp back. I'll tell you right now, I don't like to use the word sucks, but it sucks to be in a project, have a great entry, sell it, thinking you're going to get back at a lower price and not be able to get back at the lower price. It is one of the worst feelings you ever have in your life because you already really like the project. So for me, once I really like something, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, do whatever makes you happy. For me, once I really like something, all right, once I'm all about it, I'm sticking it away where I can't touch it. I can't hit it to the exchange. I'm keeping it away from myself, and I'm letting it rock, all right? Where do you keep GFL instead of MEXC? Nowhere else. I mean, you can send it easily to your it's so simple. I went over this like 7 times the other day. Open up a MetaMask wallet, all right? Once you open up a MetaMask, go to CoinMarketCap. Go to CoinMarketCap, right? Type in GFAL. I'm also really good at DeFi. I did DeFi for years. I was mining, all sorts of other stuff. Grab this smart chain address, all right? So look, I'm going to sign in. I'm going to move to the Binance Smart Chain. All right. I'm going to hit add a custom token, import token. I'm going to paste the contract address. There it comes up all by itself. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to hit import. And now I got myself a GFL address right here, ready to go. Go back to account 1. And I got GFL right there. If I need to send GFL here, I copy this address and I send it from, if it should be able to be sent on the Binance Smart Chain, all right, through MEXC. I haven't seen that yet because I haven't done it. And then if you attach your hardware wallet, you go in here into the settings, and in your settings, you attach a hardware wallet, security and privacy, and you attach a hardware wallet to this. You're going to be awesome. So just one thing to do. Also, see what you're signed into there, and sign out of things if you don't want to be signed into them. All right. But get smart, man. Get yourself a hardware wallet. Learn how to use MetaMask. If you're going to be in cryptocurrency, you got to get educated. All right. You can't sit around and just act like think things are going to happen for themselves. You got to take responsibility for yourself, please. All right. I'm also the guy here that teaches people about currency, the foreign currency graveyard. Right. Look at this. Like the fiat. I just have a lot of people here, and I want to change the way you think about life right now. But the fiat currency graveyard, all right? A history of monetary folly, right? Something to think about. There's been trillions of dollars around the world printed in all types, it's just nuts. And you want to make sure that, like, I got into cryptocurrency because they're going to continue to print the dollar to zero, man. That's what they're going to do. That's just what's going to happen, all right? Sorry, this thing is slowing down. But I want to show you this one site real quick. The fiat currency graveyard. They keep changing where we put the site. Funny, it's not loading now. earfar.org. Anyway, this could be a reason too. But the point is, I've been studying this for years, for 10 years now, 20 years. I was telling my family and friends about inflation in 2010 and 11. I really was. I swear on my life. By 2008 and 9, I was buying gold and silver bars. I was getting ready for what was coming. And then when I found Bitcoin, I said, wow, they're going to keep cutting the supply in half, and they're going to keep printing money. I said, that's a very interesting concept. Definitely something that I should pay attention to. And it is something that I did. And so I started to basically get myself out of the US dollar at a very, 25, 26 years old. The best thing I ever did. All right. Best thing I ever did. And again, I'm an American. I was born in Boston. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. I love the whole, independence, and I'm all about it. I'm all about it. All right. So look, now we got an ascending triangle. These are 50-50 patterns that could go either way. Now, normally we're going to make a higher low now on this 21, and we're going to move up to the 50, and we're going to slowly make our way to the 200 SMA. This is a known pattern that plays out day in and day out on cryptocurrency. Now, that's a double top right there. You got to get back above the support of resistance to remain bullish. Like, you can now see that Bitcoin's struggling at 34,300. If you can't get back above that, expect more downside. Sam, how you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. The rate hike, Injective is the one on fire. Injective is amazing. Unbelievable. Solana ripping. Is Solana going to continue? You'd have to watch it on a smaller time frame. I mean, look, it doesn't even have a flag yet. So, wow, 41.46. Solana is absolutely on fire right now. And this is how I would figure out where it's going to go. Number one, I look at the weekly. Look for some weeklies. So, wow, look at that. 3 weeks of just insanity. Ever since I was in Florida, I bought it. I bought it the morning when I was in Florida. I bought it remember the jacuzzi video I made? And look at the perfect shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. Like, if you just do exactly what the charts tell you to do, you don't play games, you make gains. You know what I mean? So look, where's our next major resistance? We got weekly support at 35, which we blasted through. We got through this spot. I mean, our next spot is $46. It looks like we're likely going to go all the way to that weekly resistance. Unbelievable for Solana. And, you know, smaller time frames now to see what's going down. And, like, you retested this. You have to take the length of that and just say, hey, that's going to go, you know, up even more. I see us getting to 46. I don't see why it can't spill over to the upside. Sam, it's the perfect signal for our coins. Thank you. It's like BTC chart. Normally, you are pretty good on trades, but not today. Who is that? I'm not trading right now, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Anyway, I see this moving up to the 200 SMA. That's likely going to happen. That's what I see happening. All right, that's this. You get the divergence. You get the cup and handle. You make 3 higher lows in a row. We just got to get above this resistance to the upside. I see us moving up to the 200 SMA. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We already did a live trade of a short to the downside. So if you said you're usually good on trades, but not today, then you didn't come to the beginning of the live stream. You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Shout out to the 945 people on the live. Thank you for being here. 545 likes, $11 in chat revenue. God bless each and every one of you for being here. All right, let's take a look at some of the altcoins that you guys want to talk about. Send in your super chats, TAs, and deep dives. I live off of your fan funding and what you guys are talking about. I don't live off the fan funding, but I live off your ideas, your adrenaline, what you guys are looking at. The value you give here daily for free is unmatched. Shout out to the Jordan Allen. We love you. Tried to send last night. Good morning. We love you. And thank you for giving 5 memberships. Crypto Plumber, you're the best, man. God bless you for the love. All right. Mong, N-O-N-G. You still like Mong? Funny. Let's take a look at Mong, M-O-N-G. The only reason I don't like Mong is because it's done Uniswap, man. I always get like, it always like makes me like when I have to go put ETH onto my, I'm just like, eh. A lot of the circulating supply is out, 84%. It's a good sign. And Dex Screener is a really good place. A lot of people go to, you know, Dex Tools, but not many people talk about Dex Screener. Let's hit search here and paste that in there. Mong coin for wrapped ETH on Uniswap Easy. Let's take a look. So this thing is down to the dumps, all the way on the lows, but it's trying to come back out with this massive cup and handle, right? You want to pull your Fibonacci on this level. See that you come back down to the possibly 618 Fibonacci level, maybe even the 786. Before a bigger move comes, Mong could continue up, I guess. I don't know anything about it. I haven't traded it. What its market cap? 6 million market cap. I mean, I'd be super careful. This is high risk. You know what I mean? I don't want all the new people watching the channel to think that we trade meme coins. We do. We will trade a meme coin. For me to trade a meme, it has to be trending on Twitter with massive sentiment, right? All right. So watch, when this hits the yellow line, you're going to be like, wow, he did it, right? Price action is supposed to hit this yellow line 90% of the time. I've backtested this. This is what's supposed to happen. Let's see if we get the move. Also, if people were in the short and the short was dumping, I showed you exactly where price action was going to start with a hole got plugged, where the blood stopped bleeding. And now we're back above the key level that I talked about, 34,050. As long as we close candles above that, I am okay with the idea that we're still inside of a long, all right? Mong. One thing I want to show you, too, is how I was able to figure out where the bottom for Bitcoin was, right? And really quick, I'm going to show you the S&P futures. So if you look at the S&P future, and we go all the way back to the weekly chart, what I did is I went through the entire S&P and I looked for bullish divergence. We had it right here for the first time ever with Bitcoin. They happened together at the same time. Both these markets did bottom together. It was right there. The next time I found it, literally was a little hidden there, and it was literally like right there, 2009. Then we had a little bit right here in 2016. These are the only times we had a bullish divergence this strong on an indicator that, on an asset that was this large. When Bitcoin did that, it told me that was likely going to be your bottom. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but it's a very rare indicator that you just don't get all the time. And Bitcoin has done it. So it's another main reason why I believe we're going, we have bottomed already for Bitcoin as well. I bought a $19,000 Bitcoin live in front of everyone on my channel. I stayed true to my thought process. I put my money where my mouth is. I show you live trades, all sorts of different things. You're going to be excited to join the Crypto Lifer group. If you're just finding me today, who here just found me today for the first time, get into the chat. I want to hear you. I want to know you. Who are you? Say hi. You should collab with Day Trading Addict. Thank you. I'll collab with whoever I feel the need. Don't tell me what to do. I love you, though. I appreciate you. You're probably being awesome. AJ reporting on Twitter about it. Bitcoin bottom is exactly 1 year after the halving. Not that big of a thing. Anyway, I don't know. Love you, Sammy. The group is king. Who here is new on the channel and you've never seen me before? Jump on in. We love you. Let's spread the love to all the new people here. 926 beautiful souls on the live. Thank you for jumping on in, baby. And you know what's funny is I said God is great in my Twitter post this morning, and I'm telling you, God is blessing me right now. He's like, okay, you're gonna preach my name on your Twitter this morning. I'm gonna preach you, brother. You can collab. Me and Jason have collabed many times. I'm new. Howdy. Hi, everyone. I just want to say hi. My name is Sam Price. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate you being here. It means the world to me. First time here. Shout out to David. David, AK. We love you, David. DK, man. New guy, man. Really nice. Been here a week now. Love the community. Shout out to John Boney. We love you. All right. Look, we're struggling to get back above 30,000, 34,300. At the end of the day, no matter what I say, anything can happen. Price action can do whatever it wants. It's all based on probability. This is a 50-50 pattern. We could easily break further to the downside here. We must hold the trend. We must get back above 34,003 to remain bullish for Bitcoin. Let's take a look. And Miri is a coin too. And again, every day here on the channel, we find new coins for you that will blow your mind. I'll check my email right now and see if there's a new coin on Token Metrics that they gave me, and I'll be nice enough to share it with you. Something that you may want to pay attention to, something that you may haven't thought about. All right? Okay. It's funny. I'll just log in for you too and show you what's trending. Token Metrics is cool, and you can even log in with your MetaMask wallet, which is just really kind of awesome. So like if I go to sign in here, I can sign in with my Astrobot NFT. So cool, right? Which makes me feel so cool. Then it's like, look, I didn't get the sign in back. That didn't work too well. There it goes. Oh yeah, because I'm on my Ethereum, man. So you gotta change this to Ethereum mainnet, because that's where it is, right? Anyway, what I like is I go to analytics, go to live price, indices, ratings, and trending right now: Celestia, DIONE, Arbitrum, and Tonecoin. So those are likely going to pump today. I mean, they're I'm just saying they got a lot of sauce going on with them right now. I got DIONE, or DIONE, whatever you want to call it, in my trading group. I've been talking about it for days, so I was ahead. I swear they're in my trading group. I really think they are. I'll mention a coin. Next thing you know, they'll be all over it. Sometimes vice versa. But see, I'm watching DIONE inside of this beautiful bull pennant, and it could dump easily. It could follow Bitcoin. It's getting a little bit of a curve of the 200. But I'm watching this closely with an alert right here. As it gets tighter and tighter in the zone, more likely you could get a nice move to the upside. And then Tone is the onion, the Telegram coin, right? Ton, T-O-N. That's also on my radar inside a giant pennant. Look at this. And even the smaller pennant breaking out. I put this out to my trading group last night. I've been watching it closely. Like I may just break to the top of the pattern, then come back down. But the bigger pattern is even starting to fill out here. And I can see this thing eventually making some gains to the upside. It takes its time. It moves slower than a lot of coins, but 113% gains coming. You think those icebergs on BOOKMAP below 34,000 is stacked shorts to drop us faster? Whale games. Let's take a look back at BOOKMAP. Link in the description below to BOOKMAP heat map order book showing us where the orders are for Bitcoin. All right, so you can find out what's happening in the markets. Why do I talk as fast as I do? Because you don't have so much time. And I don't want to sit here with just blank space. I want to fill you with as much information as I can. I want to get you going. I want to get you excited. So, yeah, I mean, look at all the liquidity waiting for us. They want to drag us down. Clear as day. There's nothing else above us at this point. They clearly want to bring us down to 33,200. All right. Obvious that we're going to go lower. I mean, there's a chance we don't. But, I mean, all the liquidity is to the downside, and there's nothing above us. And this is usually 90% accurate. Like, they're going to drag us further down. All right. So, in conjunction with that, if we get back to my other idea for BTC on the Binance chart, right, back to our 1 minute framework here. And look, I mean, even to be able to give you the 1 minute switch to be in different time frames and to be able to present TA in the way in which I do it, that took me a long time to get good at. All right. The presentation is everything. So look, I mean, this to me, I'm going to get rid of all this nonsense for now. But this to me is bearish. You could not get back above, even though I said we get to the 200, all that. Yes, if we don't have pressing bearish times on us or pressing sell pressure, now you're breaking to the downside. This is likely going to continue down. You take your measured move, the length of the pole, bang. And what I just saw with all that liquidity down there suggests that we do go lower. So I'd be careful. This looks like we're going to go lower, at least at 33,500. You know, no guarantees, but you just lost the trend line that we needed to hold, and you didn't get above the resistance. You made a 50-50 pattern. You started to break to the downside. You could double bottom here, but there's a measured move down to 34,100, 111. All right. And again, volatility till Jerome speaks. You got the whole market on edge. They're going to use this. They're going to use the emotion. They're going to use the nerves. I even told my students, if you're a beginner trader, you don't know what you're doing, this is not a day to be in the markets at all. At all. All right? Not a day to be in the markets at all. You also want to take a look at, U.S. tether dominance. Tether dominance is going to give you a backstory of what's happening and how many people are flushing in or out of tether. When people run into tether, I mean, they're, basically they're selling off Bitcoin. When people run into Bitcoin, they're selling off tether. So tether's in this bear flag as far as I'm concerned, and I want to keep it there. I would like to see this thing dump to the downside. Look at the 4-hour time frame. Right now, it's getting overbought, and it's staying inside of this flag. We do not want to see tether dominance break back above resistance at 691. If that happens, that means that Bitcoin's likely struggling, and we're going to have a bit of a problem here. I want to see tether dominance continue to break down and hit this level, come all the way to the 200 SMA, to this yellow circle here. Let me flap on the moving averages. But see how it's below? Tells you that it might have to make a bit of a move back up first before it continue to dump. But I would love it if it bearishly retested and continue further. It's in the middle right now. The 1 hour says it could get a pump. What you don't want to see is tether dominance regain the 200 SMA. So you're watching this closely right now. Tether dominance regains this, gets a nice candle close above the 200 SMA. That means Bitcoin's below its 200 SMA. So you want to watch this like a hawk. Bitcoin really needs to keep these levels. Like, it cannot lose these levels. See, look, it bounced back up again. They're playing even with this model here that they use every day. Remember, it's most accurately going to go to the 200 SMA, even though your emotions and all this will make you think it's not going to do it because they're going to play with the price action. But I'll be honest, it's a crazy day, and when he comes on, you want to see what he says. Is he hawkish or bearish? And what we're going to do when he comes on is I keep this on the right side of the screen on the 32nd. I keep BOOKMAP on the left side of the screen, and we watch people get liquidated while he talks and kind of see what happens with the markets. All right. This does suggest that we do go lower, but it's not 100% accurate. But, there's way more liquidity down here now than there was up here. So, shout out to the channel sponsors, ITrust Capital. You can actually move your Roth IRA or IRA into a crypto IRA. The bottom corner of the screen there, ITrust Capital. What I like about them is it's a long-term idea, right? And you can also trade cryptocurrencies in there without paying any taxes on it. So if you got a big pump on Shiba Inu and you flipped it into Bitcoin, it'd be a really cool move. One thing I want to talk about is BTC pairs. All right. A lot of people don't understand what a BTC pair is. We're going to talk about it right now. We're going to break it down for you. We're also going to show you some of the BTC pairs that are up today. All right. So like the D Travel is up 14% on Bitcoin. Kyber Network, all right, is up a little bit on Bitcoin. NGL is up on Bitcoin. Phantasma, which is Sol, is up a little bit on Bitcoin. Look at that Adam and Eve double bottom there too as well as it broke out to the upside. XRP up a little bit on BTC, all right? So what I do here is I look for coins that, look at this Telcoin blasted against Bitcoin today. Look at that in the last 16 hours. So here's the deal. I trade the same way. I look for the moving average. I look for the high volume node. I look for the tight, low stochastic. It's all the same. And then I go for and then if I put one Bitcoin, so if I put one Bitcoin in here, I would have made 27% on that Bitcoin. Isn't that amazing? So I ended up with 1.27 Bitcoins trading this coin. I mean, I find that amazing. And if you can do it and do it and do it again, you pay taxes. It is a taxable event. But if you turn 5 Bitcoins into 10 Bitcoins, right? I mean, you'll pay your taxes. You'll be a happy man when Bitcoin goes to $100,000, right? So just the idea of being able to multiply your Bitcoin by trading Bitcoin pairs. How do you do it? You just send Bitcoin to the exchange, or you send US Tether to the exchange. You buy the Bitcoin, and then you go in and out with Bitcoin. Now, the only thing about it is I have to have a calculator with me, and you got to be like, all right, I'm buying 0.001. Like, 0.1, is $3,000, right? 0.01 is 300, right? Basically right now, 3,400, $340. And then 0.001 is 34. And so just take that and multiply it each time and kind of see where you're at and make your position sizes and all that. And you'll be able to figure it out. But Bitcoin pairs will blow your mind. All right. I've been talking about them for years. Like TRX looks nice to me. It's getting some love recently. It's getting a little, this thing could beat up on Bitcoin a little bit. And you look for coins that are getting hot, that people are talking about, that are getting a little bit of a buzz. And, look at that move, 27% in the last, 20 hours. Look at Sol BTC. It's probably beating up on Bitcoin, too. All right? Not everyone gives you Sol Bitcoin because they don't want you to make the gains, but Coinbase has it. Look at that. So if I threw one Bitcoin in here, I would have been up massively, right, on my Bitcoin. And so this is another way to make gains. Look, 30% on your Bitcoin on Solana. So these are just ideas that I talk about and things that I go over. I have a half a Bitcoin that I'm going to start showing you, and I'm going to start trading it and teaching you how we grow it into more BTC. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taken as such. But this is definitely something that you want to learn, educate yourself with, and be able to use to your advantage. Okay? Super, super important. Super, super important. All right? Shout out to the 897 beautiful souls in the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is that Lucky Toad. I don't know if I'm going to go over Lucky Toad, man. Sounds a bit ridiculous. I'd have to deep dive it myself before I show it on the channel. I appreciate the super chat, but when I find a little meme coin that I'm not sure about, I don't like to present it to the channel unless I actually know what it is, because what if what if it's a second away from a rug pull? I don't want it on my channel, So I appreciate you, but until I know more, I can't show that. Bro, that's not a meme. It's okay. Don't worry, man. I think it's a meme, so there you go. Whatever I think it is until I don't think it is. Just like whatever you think it is until it isn't. So there you go. Appreciate you, though. I thank you trying to put it out there. It's definitely a meme coin. Can't even find... Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's not going on my channel right now. No way. No way. Doesn't even have a website. I can't find much about it. Anyway. I agree. Yeah. It's a meme coin, man. It's a meme coin. What's going on up there? Are you tickling her? All right, you got to tell me. A screaming kid makes people like, what the heck? Coinbase offering U.S. future trading. When? How? When, though? That doesn't make any sense. So anyway, these are your BTC pairs. I search for the hottest ones. We find the coins that matter, and we make gains. All right? MATIC is another one that likes to beat up on Bitcoin at the right time. MATIC BTC. An outlier of this is ETH BTC, but not always. Not always. Eventually, these will hit their bottoms on the weekly, right? Or 7-day, take a big chart, and you'll see, look, it's starting to get really beat up against Bitcoin. And It's at the low of the range where it's about to, go back above Bitcoin. This is a really great way to gain wealth, man. You have to accept it. It's a meme coin. Yeah, it's a meme coin, man. It is, man. Lucky Toad is a meme, bro. All right? Look, when it has a 0.7128, that's a meme, all right? That's the definition of a meme. Base, baby, base, right? Well, you can get down. Base protocol. Now what? Yeah. Oh, no, that was remember Rebase? That thing. No. I thought Base was actually a token, though. Is this the token? I'll have to do more research on the actual token. No. That's a meme. Turbo's a meme coin, too, for sure. Yeah. Definitely. Wow. The truth is what it is. Let me get that. Oh, price, baby. Oh, one price. Yeah, exactly. Base has no token. Okay, thank you for saying that. It is what we say it is. Shout out to Stack McChange. I love you, bro. Yo, it's what we tell you it is, man. That's it. Nothing else. Don't play games here. These are all the coins that you can trade futures. Another thing I want to talk about was Radium. Radium follows Solana. And I said this to my trading group. You see if I have the post on it. And that's another thing that we know. We understand how ecosystems work here. We understand what coins are connected to each other. And I can teach you that too. That alone can break down, can give you an insight over everyone else in the market. Yep. And so look, this is, I said this back in the day, but look, this is a post from February 3rd of 2023. Sol got news. It's likely to give it a pump. So SRM will usually follow and Radium. Search my SRM setup and stay valid, right? And this is something we knew for a long time. Radium. See how it follows Sol? We went over this as well. We went over this on the weekly screen share. We talked about how Radium was likely going to pump because Solana was pumping. All right? And look at that thing taking off, following it to the upside like we wouldn't believe. And I think we even mentioned this, I believe, on the live stream last night. I don't want to be 100% on that. But look, and here's the cup and handle that I put out. I showed you that it would retrace right down. I showed you exactly what it came right to the golden pocket. I mean, this is insane. From this impulse to there is in the golden pocket, and it took off like you read about. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It went from 19 cents to 32 cents. You would understand these concepts if you were in my trading group. You would have learned this. You would have seen this. You would have understood this. And I believe we went over this on my weekly screen share and talked about it. But I definitely think, Sean, if you could find out where I put out Radium. But I definitely didn't keep it to myself when I drew this Fibonacci and this Sammy Cup and Handy. And this is why they call me Samuel Cup and Handy, Sammy Cup and Handy, because I found the cup and handle with the Fibonacci retracement on the high volume node. This is just something that I go after over and over and over again. This is a setup you're going to learn how to tackle if you're in my trading group. This is something you're going to be able to do over and over again, and it makes massive gains. All right. COLT today listed on MEXC, and I also do want to look at TIA. Brand new coin took a dump. Collateral. Let's take a look at TIA, right? They didn't get it on. It's funny they didn't get it out yet. They didn't get it on. It's funny how it didn't leave the exchange yet. But here's MEXC. Another thing, zero spot maker ticket. Why I like MEXC? I bought $500 worth of Bitcoin, or no, I bought $5,000 worth of Bitcoin on Binance when they were doing that whole funny business. So I sold some coins and moved it off. When I did that, right? When I ended up doing that, I ended up paying like $500 in fees because I did it fast without thinking. I didn't realize that, had I just sent the tether over to MEXC, I would have bought it with zero fees and paid the exact price too, not over the price on spot. And then I could have sent it to a hardware wallet. So this is a zero spot maker and taker fees. This will blow your mind. An amazing place to trade, and also only 0% taker fee. What's a maker and a taker? A maker is when you limit in and you make the order yourself. Like you say, I want it at this price. Like I want Solana at 44 or 45. Takers when you just mark it in. You just say, give me the price. Just give me whatever's there. I want it. So you're either maker or you're taken. All right. TI is on there right now. Let's take a look. It's on MEXC, but I don't think it's on TradingView yet. Oh, there it is. Bang. Thank you. My finger slipped. So if you remember, I bought this yesterday at 220, at 219. All right. I took a shot. Let's see what happened. And it's tiny. It's like so hard to tell like what it's going to be doing. Oh, and they just, you know what? They just grabbed it here, but it has more information. Look, if I go to spot trading here and I type in TIA, I'll show you what to do here. Sometimes you got to do that. There it is here. And I'll double click this or make it bigger. And it even made a cup and handle yesterday and blasted. See this cup and handle? It blasted to the upside. Wow, I kind of like its consolidation right now. Let's get rid of all my old work. Let's give it like a 1 hour time frame now. I mean, it's just consolidating so nice. And it's got like a bit of a cup and handle vibe there. I wouldn't be surprised if this flag took off. Connected to, Atom and an amazing ecosystem. I mean, it's high risk, high reward. Like, I was willing to lose in this thing. But it's starting to stabilize, and I am up. And this could continue, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did get to 355. But again, high risk, high reward. At this point, very high risk, high reward. All right. Off to work. Have a blessed day, everybody. Shout out to you, man. We have a few coins we follow on MEXC. Still no larger exchanges. MEXC is the place to trade. Right now, MEXC is the place to trade. With the zero amount of fees, they get the best coins, the best access, and they really have a good market maker, too. In and out. I have a harder time trading smaller coins on other places. I'm in and out easier here on MEXC than I am anywhere else. So, just something I got to say. Jump into MEXC. I do receive a commission if you use MEXC. So if you learn from me, and you want to hook me up, use the MEXC link and jump on in. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. All the links down below my videos I do get a commission from, whether it's BOOKMAP, BingX. Talk about BingX too. Why do I like BingX right below me? I bring up BingX because you can trade the S&P, Forex, and commodities there as well as Bitcoin. So why not have to move into different exchanges where you can do it all at once with BingX? So that's why I am sponsored by BingX, and I like BingX because that's convenient, easy, and fun. And, it makes it a lot simpler. You don't have to move funds all over the place to trade the S&P and the NASDAQ while you're also taking advantage of the Bitcoin idea. So, look, Bitcoin's struggling inside this flag right now, just not looking great. Rounded top, shoulder, kind of a complex head and shoulder, showing signs of a break to the downside, really, and having real trouble getting back above 34,300. It is what it is. It's breaking down, and, it is what it is. And we're going to watch this 1 minute flag with a 50% move either way, really. And I'm waiting for Jerome Powell. I'm not, the volatility's been out of control. It looks like it's going to get even crazier once Jerome opens up at about 12. It's 11:50 a.m. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for showing up and doing your due diligence with me. I appreciate it. Check the Bitcoin 1 minute time frame. That's what we're on right now. And I do see, look, shoulder, head, and shoulders. Like, it just doesn't look amazing. Period. Doesn't look good. We've lost moving averages. They're conjoining tighter now. You're below the 21. That's a dump. See that? You lost this high volume node. And like the next stop, 34,072. And then I look at 33,800. But so far you have capitulated. As long as you don't make a lower low than this, you'll be all right. And trading is going to be far more confusing today than any other day. It's Fed day. So just remember that. Be careful. We already warned most of our traders just to be careful today. The volatility could get out of control. All right. Are you staying on to the meeting? No, I am not. I need a break. Yeah, I would not stay on to the meeting. That would be crazy. Just one like to hit 600 likes, Lifer fam. Let's hit the likes, everyone, and get them all the way up to 600 on the live stream. I'd greatly appreciate it. Get it to 1,000 likes. Let's get it up there. And every single day I give you the news, too. Let's just break down the news. We were in the charts the whole time. There might have been some news that we missed. So I'll be right back. Let's break down the news for you really, really fast. Don't worry, everyone. We're going to do it extremely fast, in and out, 1 or 2 minutes. We won't waste your time, just like I didn't waste your time before. And honestly, it's going to be probably some pretty good news that you want to see. So my team always makes sure that we get hit with the best. I'll be right back with the news. See you in a second. Shout out to everybody here. My name is Samuel James Price, and every single day I give you a 3 to 5 minute segment where I break down the news. It's fintech, Web3, crypto, and more. Let's find out what's happening right away. PayPal UK unit registers as crypto service provider. So PayPal is going to move in and they're going to start doing crypto more than ever. They realize, I mean, they move money around the world, and they know if they move money with crypto, they're going to save money. So, of course, they want to use cryptocurrency to move their money. It's the smartest thing you could do. Blockchain is amazing. How would PayPal not be one of the first movers into blockchain? And they are starting to make it happen. Funny how they're doing it in the UK because the US isn't as friendly as it should be. Near token rallies amid a NYM partnership ahead of the NearCon conference. Nice pump for Near. And someone mentioned that on the live. It gained 11% over the past 24 hours, largely outperforming the rest of the crypto market. Solana Sol was the only token that gained substantial ground on Wednesday, up 10% at press time. And a cool thing to do is to look at crypto bubbles. Crypto bubbles is a really interesting, and I think banter bubbles just kind of stole the idea, which is kind of weird, but these are crypto bubbles, or maybe they started, I don't know. And you can kind of see what's happening in the last hour and the last day. Injective up 11%, Sol up, Near up, Neo, Roblox, Theta, WeMix. You can see the coins that were actually kind of kicking butt. Caspa got a little bit of a move too. XTZ and Aave and everything else kind of sitting. And then for the week, a lot of green on the week. Like Rune hit, right? Remember the Rune coin yesterday? We'll talk about what Rune did yesterday. Did it continue from that setup that I put out? We'll talk about it. But Near getting a nice bump. And how a PhD student's research paper turned Celestia into a $340 million blockchain project overnight. This week's launch of a new data availability network, Celestia, came with an airdrop of the project's TIA tokens, one of the most anticipated giveaways in the crypto industry of the past year. Mustafa Al-Bassam, a PhD student in computer science in 2019 at the University College of London, when he published the paper Lazy Ledger. Not meant for a lazy reader, the paper went to describe in excruciating complex terms and Greek mathematical characters what was then a radical rethinking of how blockchains could work, separating out the various functions of a distributed ledger, especially the way users query the network for data. Wow. And you can believe that some of the smartest minds are into cryptocurrency. And so in my mind, and look at it, it has great tokenomics, good public allocation. The airdrop is one of the biggest in the crypto industry over the past year. And of course, a big airdrop is no guarantee of a project's ultimate success, of course. But two mammoth projects staffed by former Meta employees have similarities with Celestia, like Sui, and Aptos. But I believe it's going to be big because I really like Atom and what's happening to the ecosystem there. So this is a big deal. TIA is on everybody's radar. You saw me grab it yesterday, and we grabbed it at 219. It's sitting at 232. We are already up a nice 5% on that move. And that, my friends, is the news. Let's get back to brass tacks and see what's happening in the markets before I jump on out of here. It's 11:55 p.m. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. If you are just watching the news and you don't know where I go live every single day on YouTube, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. All right? I'm Crypto Lifer. Just search me on YouTube and you'll find me. If you want to see me on Twitter, at CryptoLifer33, and The Real Crypto Lifer on Instagram, head over to my Instagram, please, and follow me. I'm going to put out little segments there more often than I do, and you're going to see kind of more content coming out there too as well. So let's take a look at what's happening to Bitcoin. It's fighting the zone either way, and now it's sideways. They're waiting, and the more it kind of goes sideways and the more the 200 comes down. Now, if it goes sideways and the 200 comes into price action, we're likely going to get a dump. So here's the deal. If Bitcoin continues to do this and we don't get the pump to the 200, so if in the next 20 to 30 minutes we don't get a pump up to this yellow line and we just continue to go sideways like this, and then the 200 starts to kind of come, and eventually if the 200 comes into price action, we're so likely going to get a dump. We really got to get back above 34,300 to remain bullish. This could just have been a capitulation before a bigger move to the upside, and anything could happen. One last thing I want to look at is I'm going to look at BTC USD on MEXC and see if I'm just missing anything. I do a free open-minded freestyle whenever I'm on the charts just to kind of see if I'm missing anything or there's something else that I could figure out. Right off the bat, this is what I was watching. The fact that we're in this kind of falling wedge. And, once we broke down, we could break back to the top, which we kind of did. Now what you need to do is you need to breach this trend line to remain. Like, that's now resistance. You could say, okay, fine, we got out of it. We did get out of it. We got to get back above these key areas of support and resistance. Let's take a look at our 4-hour one last time, just clean. Just the chart, just to see. I want to see how we managed on the trend line and how the trend line's holding up. My wife loves, her and the baby just have fun all day long. You can hear them up there just having a blast. Must be fun, No. But as long as the 4 hour stays and holds this trend line, we have nothing to worry about. It was all just smoke and mirrors, and we're still inside a bull pennant that could break to the upside. I'm still long in my long with my stop loss below the, like, you know, nothing has changed for me. 4 hour could take us to 34,002, and then the bigger time frames could take us even further out. So until we breach, you know, but let's take a look at the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. That's something I'm going to be watching for the next 2 hours, 3 hours. And it's super important that the price action gets back above this 200 SMA. Right now it is, thank gosh. For me, it's a big deal. If we don't close back above this, we're going lower, everybody, and we're going for a nasty ride down. So I'll keep you privy to this in the trading group. I'll be watching it very, very closely. I'll even keep an alert right here just in case, something to watch too, and an alert up here. If we hit either of these, I will know what's happening to price action, and it'll let me know. Everyone, that's my quick update for Bitcoin. Nothing crazy, you know, smaller time frames, bigger time frames. We got to get back above 34,300 really to remain bullish. Like that's you know, key. And we got to get back. We got to stay above the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour to me also looks like kind of I'll open it up. I was going to say bearish retest, but it's all right. It could be hanging out right now inside the pattern. We just want to move right here back to the top of the pattern. That would make the most sense for Bitcoin. I do see us eventually making a move back up as long as we don't lose this POC and this trend line here. I'll be back in 1 hour for Jerome Powell. He's going to talk at about 2 o'clock p.m. I'll come back on at about 1:55 to break it down. And then we'll jump into Jer Powell. We'll look at Bitcoin on the 30-second chart. We'll have a blast. We'll learn a lot, and we'll also look at the liquidations. We'll watch people actually get liquidated, which will be insane. And right now, look, they're liquidating the shorts now on the other end. So if you went too early on this short to the downside, they just took out some shorts. Look, they took out long, short, long, short, long, short. I mean, that's crazy. Now they're taking out some short squeezes to the upside here at the $34,300 level. So all the people that are trading 100X, they are getting smashed around. If you're not in and out quick and know how to use small time frames, you are getting beat up today for sure. So be careful. If you don't know how to trade, your emotions are going to be running rampant. And that's just kind of what I got to give you today. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. One of the biggest live streams we ever had on the live. So the most retention I think we've almost ever had. Over 800 to 900 people for an entire session. And we're still holding 767 people. You people know what you want. You people know where the knowledge is. You're going to the right place at the right time. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing, baby. Crypto is life. Thank you, everyone that jumped on in today. Thank you, each and every one of you. You can, you will. You are the best. We're going to make it through these times, the ups and downs. Do not let your emotions take control. Take a deep breath and relax and realize everything is going well, baby. God's got you exactly where you need to be. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your time, your most precious asset. You gave it to the Crypto Lifer. God bless each and every one of you. I'm going to give back to you every single day. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you. Gratitude. There's no words that I could really use for my true gratitude for each and every one of you. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Crypto is life. Let that beat drop.